on Goddard Street, and it's taking the mic up now, because if you look at last week's video and this week's, it's gone absolutely squat diddly on the road. So they're just taking the mic up and keeping it closed for no reason whatsoever, because they can't be bothered to get off the backside. I was talking to an old lady, because this is an old folks home where they're blocked off, and she has to park 2 streets away and carry all the heavy shopping, because these can't be bothered. So you can see there's no attempt to do the cobbles or anything. Goddard Street, we can see how the houses are coming on now. If we look at these two here, they're very tight together, almost like terraced houses, aren't they? So we're talking probably April, March, or even later this year to actually finish them. And these have all got the roofs on and the windows in. Those have got the roofs on, sort of, and no windows in. And certainly a lot of bloody messes to get rid of. Back of West Street, what's going on here I don't know, because anybody who watched the channel for a long time, remember I got all this cleaned, and 90% of it is, there's always odds and sods that somebody's chucked out, and we've even got bloody pigeons down there. But this end, whether somebody's had a tidy up, because there's tons and tons of bags, or whether somebody's fly tipped, or whether somebody's picked all the rubbish up and bagged it up and wheeled the bin men take it. I am in Oxford Street where the stabbing was last week. Well, it turns out the stabbing didn't actually happen in Oxford Street. There was a house in Badger Avenue which was raided at the same time. Knives, machetes, stolen goods and God knows what came out. Well, apparently he was stabbed in this house in Badger Avenue and then dragged up here. Allegedly he was the guy that attacked a woman down West Street and then slashed some fella's face up, so it looks like a bit of a gang-banged revenge attack. So Derby Docks on Sunday afternoon, morning, whichever, and we're here with Roger who's talking rubbish.
My goodness, is there some rubbish? I've seen anything like it in my life.
So we're having a clean up on Derby Docks, collecting all the rubbish which Roger's organised. How many people have turned up?
We've got about a dozen people turned up.
Yeah.
So it's a good turnout. And I've even got my sister Sally here.
She's a bit dangerous with that thing sticking out of her back.
Fingers. I turn to picking it up.
I really appreciate it.
No problemo.
We'll do it by the
rubbish.
That's the amount of rubbish they've collected so far.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we're going to.
The main man.
No, we'll all need to go on there.
Just you. Go on, just you. You did all that.
I've been out here for a week.
No, go on.
We're trying to get Roger into the rubbish.
Just you.
Look what I can do in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. 2.5 hours work. Oh no, I was just going through.
Well, we're at Frank Webb play area. I might remember quite some time ago that they redid the play area, and this zip wire has never been opened. I spoke to the local councillor today, and apparently it's ROSPA. They they have to certify it as being safe, and because of the wet weather they've not been able to do it, so that's the reason why it's not been opened, all down to health and safety. Well, the wildflower garden, whatever you want to call it, up by Asda has all been nicely cleaned off, all spruced up. Presumably we're going to have something similar this year, but it's all been cleaned, ready for planting or whatever they're going to do. Well, I'm super zooming into the bus car park. I'm trying to see what this is on the top, and it looks like weeds growing. Very mysterious. Well, Earl Street's officially closed for a couple of days, causing maximum disruption for resurfacing work. Well, Marks and Sparks, the homeless people seem to have left the property. So whether somebody's found them home or they found somewhere better to stay. Well, they're now starting to put the trees in on the car park. Just starting at the bottom here, don't they? It's trees, grass and things. It's we've got black plastic in first, and both bits. Not particularly very successful because the wind's taking it off. Well, probably later in the week we're going to have some nice trees. We can see all the glass now in from the bus station. I'm playing hell about this because there's one toilet for like 50 people. I don't know what he's doing, but we've got the hole master. So they must have found some holes somewhere. Yeah, it's very small space for the bus drivers, etc. And one toilet between 50 or 60 people is crazy. It now seems the homeless people in Crewe have now moved around the other side of Marks and Sparks. And we've got some lovely graffiti, WAS, CBE or well, we are at the new Taco Bell which opened last week. We'll take a look inside, see what's going on. So we're inside, we've got some surfboards, and here's the menu. You even got things for the rubbish. So you can place your order with one of these fancy machines. Some nice bright little eatery. And all the staff at hide when you get a camera out. So this is Taco Bell. Well, it's Tuesday and they've got, what, perhaps quarter of the way with this tree idea. Can't really make out if it's a tree or moss, but they've got like a fancy pattern in it. So by Thursday we might have one side done. It seems an expensive thing that doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Well, that's a bit different. Derby Docks, we've suddenly got a round circular, I'm assuming it's a flower bed. Whether they're going to do the same as they've done up McLaren Street. The dog's just inspecting it to see if it's up to standard. Well, yesterday we had a new crop circle on Derby Docks, and now we've got another one. It's got a brother. So we're assuming that we're going to get some flowers, but we'll like to take some bets of how long they last before somebody pinches them. A week? 2 weeks? Place your bets. A weekly update on McDonald's. They've got glass in the building now. Still not sure whether this walnut stuff's the design or whether it's installation. Still plenty of people running about. And we have got half the pavement dug up here with really big power cables. I'm assuming that's going into McDonald's. No indication when it's likely to open yet, but they're certainly cracking on quicker than the bus station did. The arcade, we now got a candy and toy machine. It's right for the kids. Earl Street's still closed, so it's causing gridlock all around Crewe. It is a short, fairly short, isn't it? Roadworks, famous last words, 5 days. Well, the library, the only thing happening is we've got lots of new signs again on the front of the library, and we have got a big hole. Well, not that big of an hole, but an hole. If I remember correctly, when they did the town, they had to dig all sorts of weird things up to get at the main electric. So if there's a main power cable from here to there, they have to kill it to all the signs are more or less the same as around the other side as a quick glance. Some like old adverts in Crewe Horse Repository, Henry Manley. And they have got now about 50% on both this one and the end one, with the trees, moss, whatever it is. It is a specialist firm on the car park at Asda. We want more plants fans, so I'm assuming it's them that's doing it. It's still not clear whether it's actually trees, moss or plants. Maybe when I come tomorrow it will be finished, but it's a lot of expense for nothing really, isn't it? You know, it's not spectacular. It doesn't make the car park any better, so it's open to debate on this one. Well, these three houses by Asda, we have mentioned it before that they've been up and ready for ages and nothing's happened. But just talking to the developer, the problem is they're waiting for the water. There's a massive waiting list for water, the gas, electric and everything else. Everything's finished, all they're waiting for is the water. So he's hoping it'll be, he's getting near the top of the list. So hopefully they shall soon be available. Well, just an overview of the bus station. When you're close you can't always see it properly, and the bus gets in the way. And you can see all the glasses in. It's quite a long building, but say the problem is the toilets. I'm still cannot work out what that is on top of there, because it doesn't seem to do anything. I was thinking maybe solar panels, but there's nothing appeared as yet. Well, it's Thursday and they now got all the trees in this bottom end with these fancy patterns, and they're just finishing off this top bit. So it'll be interesting to see what people think of this. Is it amazing or what? You go to Northwich, opposite Northwich Radio, there's a building completely covered in this type of thing. Where the homeless people were staying, they've now been moved, and this is going to be opening soon, like a type of coffee shop thing, but a bit more specialised. They're expecting shutters on the doorway anytime soon to stop more homeless taking over. And I don't know what's going on. This is the third police car. Something going on. By Asda, they're doing some of the brickwork around the wheel. They did say they were going to do brickwork and replace seats and things, so they've made a start.